Thunder have finally done it. They have won their first title in the OKC era. Hey y'all, it's Kibble of the Boxing One here. I apologize for the lack of enthusiasm, but I can't um I just have to say this. Rest up, Tyrese. Um what I watched occur in the first quarter was is one of the saddest scratch that. It is the saddest moment I have witnessed as an NBA fan, especially when you factor in the stakes. I can only imagine the pain he felt when all of it felt like his hard work was just diminished in that moment. And I think the saddest part of it is him on the court writhing in pain, telling the trainers, I did," which which could only be a response to, "Did you tear it?" Um, Yeah, that's something I just can't get out of my head right now, and I'm happy for the Thunder. Thank goodness. Congratulations to the Thunder. I will talk about them, but certain things come first. Please, Tyrese, get better. I just hope he gets better. Um, as soon as possible. Get to 100% or as close to 100% as you can be. Whether it is next season or the following season, please get better. Because I want another series. I want my team to get their get back. And I want it to be with him on the floor. Same thing with Tatum. Same thing with everybody who has suffered an Achilles tear throughout these entire postseason. But I really, really feel for Tyrese because he started off this game well. Um, I apologize to dampen the mood like that. I'm sorry for dampening the mood like that, but man, it's just something that it's gonna stay on my mind for a little bit. And yeah, it's just unfortunate how injuries come at the worst times. Um, and we have to do something about these Achilles tears, man. The calf strain to Achilles tear pipeline is a real thing, and it happened with all three players. Because Tatum was, I don't want to say he was questionable, but he was probable with the calf strain before he ruptured his Achilles against the Knicks. Same thing with Dame, calf strain. But now is the time. Now we got all the sad the you fuck the sad stuff out the way. Let's talk about this game because despite the injury, it was still a great game. Um, Indiana had fight. They have grit that I have never seen out of a team before. To respond like that after your star player got injured, especially in that second quarter, um, they really showed it. But unfortunately, that third quarter, the Thunder started to get away. They started fighting in that fourth, especially towards the end of the third and the beginning of the fourth. They really started fighting. But man, it was just too overwhelming. And there is a part of me that believes that this would have been Halliburton's game. This would have been the game for him, man. But let's now talk about the positives. First and foremost, let's talk about the positives from the Pacers. Benedict Mathurin had himself a night. Started off not shooting well from the field, got to the free throw line, started to get going, started making tough finishes. Um, and yeah, he's been a great spark plug for the Pacers. Pascal Siakam had himself a good game. I really would have wanted him to see. I would have. Excuse me, y'all. I really would have wanted to see him take more than 13 shots tonight, but given the situation where TJ McConnell was going, where you're trying to get Nemhard going and trying to get a more team oriented win, I can understand where he's coming from there. Um, Aaron Neesmith, man, he's been a great defender all series. His shot hasn't been falling as well as it was in previous rounds, but he's still been a good defender. But man, he needed to stay out of foul trouble tonight. Um, and unfortunately, Miles Turner Not his best game. But now let's talk about the Oklahoma City Thunder, the champions of the NBA. First and foremost, Shea Gilgis Alexander, take a bow. He has delivered masterclass after masterclass after masterclass. Um, Aside from two games in the series where one where he had six and the other last game where he had eight turnovers, um, he's been amazing, especially towards the end of the series because this is his second double double in the series with assists 29 and 12. That's ridiculous. I mean, his playmaking has gotten significantly better and it showed tonight. He was looking off defenders. He was faking shots and getting into the pass. There was a play where he went up for a floater and just flicked his wrist and he just pushed it perfectly to Kason Wallace, who was cutting out that dunker spot. So that was beautiful to see. J Dub was great. Not his best night, but for the whole series he's been great. Um First three quarters, not the best shooting night. That fourth quarter, towards the end of the third quarter, he started to get going. But that fourth quarter, he really started to get going, and he was great tonight. Chet had, I believe, his best performance of this series. 18 points, 8 rebounds, and a record 5 blocks in, which is the record for the most blocks in a finals game seven. So he was utterly amazing. And shout out to Kason Wallace and Alex Caruso for the bench mob. They were all over the place, getting loose balls, getting steals. Kason Wallace had three. Alex Caruso, they had three apiece. Same thing with Lou Dort. That defense was stifling all day long. Um, Isaiah Hartenstein played great minutes, getting to the boards, forcing some fouls, especially on Aaron Nesmith. Uh, this was just a great team win overall for the Thunder. And it's poetic because this is the crowning of a new potential dynasty. And this is one of the best team wins they've had in the postseason. Um, but yeah, this is an all around great game from a team. And now let's talk about the history aspects of Shea's performance because I'm going to list out the NBA players that have won a scoring title, an MVP, and a finals MVP all in the same season. Kareem Abdul Jabbar, Michael Jordan, he did it 4 times. Shaquille O'Neal, and Shea Gilgis Alexander. He is the first player in 25 years to join this club. And like I said, take a bow, Shea. He might need to take another one because this is the this isn't the best version of this Thunder team. And it's hard. And I know we've done this thing where, oh, this team looks like a dynasty. You know, the Nuggets look like a dynasty after 2023. The Celtics look like a dynasty after 2024. The Thunder legitimately look like a dynasty after this championship because we really feel like we really neglect the fact that Chet only played 30 games in the regular season. He was out, if I remember correctly, 52 games. Let me double check that. But he was out for a large portion of the season. This team didn't get to fully gel. And this team also has 4 first round picks in the upcoming draft. Excuse my voice crack. But what the fuck? I mean, you talk about a team that will be able to continually replenish their talent after key free agents walk. It is the Thunder. We thought it was the Celtics. I really believe in the Thunder on this one because Sam Presti has done nothing but hit on picks. Chet Holmgren, J Dub were in the same draft. That's ridiculous. Cason Wallace was, if I remember correctly, Cason Wallace is one of, if not, no, he's the second highest pick on this Thunder squad, and he's the 10th overall pick. And Sam Presti hit on him. Not to mention, they have Nikola Topic, who is recovering from an ACL tear. He's probably going to get some burn at the backup point guard minutes. And he's a 6'5", 6'6" guard. He's a big guard. So they have the ability to replenish their talent. And I know they say lightning doesn't strike twice, but man, it just might. Um, Shout out Thunder. Shout out first and foremost. Let me say this. Shout out Mark Dagenau for making the right adjustments throughout the game, throughout the series. There was a point where I thought he was losing that coaching battle, and he overwhelmingly won it tonight with his rotations, especially after game 5, I believe it was, where he finally consolidated the minutes to just 9 guys. And he knew he could really trust them. And that must be tough on him because when you have that much depth on your roster, you're tempted to just say, hey, this guy's not playing well right now. Boom. Jalen Williams, here you go. J Will. It must be hard as hell to leave J Will on your bench when he was a Jokic stopper 2 rounds ago. He's been playing good minutes and he could still space the floor at his position. And yeah, Mark Dagenau had himself a coaching masterclass. Sam Presti is the best GM in basketball. It's not that close, respectfully, because nobody can draft like him. And man, the Thunder might really be a dynasty. And also rest up, Tyrese. Please get well, Hallie. Um, but with that being said, like, comment, subscribe, and peace.